Tokubetsu jonin can loosely compare to the senior non-commissioned officers of our world, but are definitively the warrant officers of the Naruto world. Warrant officers are subject matter experts. They are masters of one particular field. Senior NCOs are also subject matter experts, but they're typically tapped to do more general duties. Both pipelines still typically go through the lower ranks, but deviate in terms of expectations. Bottom line, warrant officers are usually tapped for one lane and they stay there. Tokubetsu jonin are similar because they're called in for specialized tasking, but you rarely see them in any broad leadership positions like jonin. The first Tojo that we meet is Ebisu, whose specialty is advanced instruction, which lines up because he's Konohamaru's personal tutor and trained Naruto in chakra control that one time. Kakashi also makes a note of saying he's a better teacher than he is. We meet a few more during the chunin exams, with Ibiki running the written exam, likely for his psych warfare ability, Anko in the Forest of Death due to her background with Orochimaru, and Hayate during the combat portion due to his combat prowess. Genma took on the duties after Hayate's death, likely for the same reasons. Out the gate, these guys felt way more capable than the average chunin that we met so far. And throughout the series, we see them going toe-to-toe with some high-level threats, albeit oftentimes with some mixed results. Tokubetsu jonin usually show up as one-off impact characters, and shine the most in specific operations where their abilities put them in a position to be the MVP. But oftentimes there's a clear gap in command ability and tactical flexibility, and they often fall short when they need it the most. Narratively and functionally, it all makes sense, although this rank seems exclusive to Konoha because there are plenty of highly skilled ninja that are just definitively ranked at chunin or jonin. But I still have the same issue that I've had in previous videos. The advancement after chunin just isn't standardized. The chunin exams are highly structured and clear, but with jonin, while there's a lot of information floating around, the only through line is a recommendation from the Kage or a higher ranking ninja board. That lack of standardized process really muddies the water because you end up with characters who seem like shoo-ins for the full jonin rank, and others who don't quite check all the boxes but still excel as jonin. And yes, I do acknowledge that wartime does change the rules a little bit, with Kakashi and Itachi as prime examples, but that just kind of shows that the system is less systematic and more vibes. Which brings me to the character who exposes a lot of the complications in the system, who just so happens to be one of my favorites, Might Guy. It's implied that advancement to jonin requires a broad mastery of the ninja arts, command level aptitude, and at least 2 mastered elemental arts. And Guy really only checks like one of those boxes. So by the standard, the best he can do is Tokubetsu jonin. He's undeniably a premier shinobi who eclipses most other ninja. He's literally fighting at the Kage level. He's also an inspiring leader and tactician. So to me, he